everyone. Hey, everybody. As always, as Dan likes to say, how does sound resound in your ears? Welcome to another Skraturday on Sunday. This time, we have the opportunity of playing EZD6. I'm excited because I've always wanted to try this system, and I never have. And I have the opportunity of running this with two other very wise people who have ran it, and then another wise person who's just wise, and then there's 𝐒𝐬.
And we are spicy tonight.
Who is awesome, if you'd let me finish my sentence. So let's start with introductions. I'm Jacob from Avenue Studios. Thank you so much for being here. And who do we have next? Dave.
I'm Dave from 𝐒𝐪𝐮𝐢𝐵𝐿𝐿𝐴. I'm on this channel a lot, so you should see me. Go check out Plaguebound. It's on BackerKit.
I am hot. Plaguebound is awesome. By the way, I am wearing a hat from Ironbound. This is from Dave's other system. Go check that one out too. And while you're at it, check out some
system, just different games,
different settings, right? Yeah. And while you're at it, go check out Bashkim by Benjamin Walker on the internet, right on Avenue Studios. And Benjamin, who wrote that?
Probably Benjamin, if I had to take a guess. That's me.
Full formal name.
Sorry, that was rude of me, wasn't it?
It was so rude. I mean, it's on the book, so.
Can't really hide. Plays. Who are you? Where can we find you? And how much experience do you have with EZD6?
Well, I am on the channel, A Squirrel Plays, surprise, surprise, over on YouTube. And as far as experience, I have a lot of experience in doing it wrong. Scotty may have called me out. So... He didn't call me out. He corrected me because I misunderstood something. And he said, hey, that's not how that works. It works like this. And I was like, oh, that's so much better. Who'd have thought? So
just to be clear, it's your fault we're doing this today.
Yes. Skraturday is my fault. And
No. But specifically this one.
Well, all of them, really.
EZD6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to let you know. So you're here to call me out when I fail miserably.
Yes. See, I made the mistakes, so you don't have to. And the hardest thing in EZD6 is remembering to give yourself karma points. So
give myself karma points?
I have myself a little sticky note I made that I'm going to put on the monitor. So I will see. I
go ahead and give myself 20 karma points.
Well, if only it were so easy.
Hello,
you
Rex.
Just said.
We will go over the rules here in a moment, but before we go too far, the one with the beautiful mustache, who are you?
I'm the Great Moustache. Nice to meet you.
I was talking to 𝐒𝐬, but I'm just kidding.
Oh. I am the Great
The only
Moustache.
non-facial haired member here.
That's what makes it even funnier. All right, Mr. Mustache, sorry.
Yeah, I'm Great Moustache. Some people call me JP. Though, surprisingly, most people just call me Great Moustache.
I wonder why. Because it's a great mustache.
Yeah, I mean, I even got my shirt today to,
Very nice.
Got to have more mustache, always. I do stuff with Avenue Studios every now and then. So, there you go.
I mean, he's... you can find him over at openlegendrpg.com. Oh, I didn't hear that.
Too.
Okay. Wow. I'm gonna be. I'm spicy tonight. Maybe I shouldn't stream on Sunday nights.
I do run 7th Sphere Publishing, which has Open Legend RPG and is soon to release a playtest for Open Legend D6. Speaking of D6 systems.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. We get to play test this upcoming weekend at 𝐒𝐪𝐼𝐶𝐽. If you are in the Palmyra, New Jersey area, look up 𝐒𝐪𝐼𝐶𝐽 and come join us because we need more players over there, and it's going to be a good time. And even if you're not in that area, I'm driving 6 hours. If you're on the way, I have room for one more. So
I'm driving a 9, and I have room for 4.
So hit us up. We'll bring you.
Ride with a stranger.
Hello, Glenn. Yes, I'm being saucy, and I should probably calm down. I haven't quite slept since Friday, so it's okay though. I took a
And
nap
this
on
is where we're going to
Saturday.
end the
That's a
stream
lie.
and send him to bed.
𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐦𝐿, the mother, the caretaker, the supporter of all of our channels. She often comments on every single one of our things, and I appreciate it, 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐦. Who are you?
I am all of those things. You can find me absolutely nowhere. I usually lurk in chats or I'm on Discord in these lovely folks' servers. And I am the aquatic half to a squirrel place. So check out his book, check out his stuff. Supporting him supports all of us.
Oh, I just had this awesome image of a cute little adorable kraken with a squirrel on top of its head, and they're just like cruising up a creek. Everybody's terrified of them, but they're just like living the best life. Oh,
Whatever sense of scale that goes with, sure.
it's a baby kraken. No, I'm just kidding. The sea squirrel. All right. Well, we are playing in an interesting setting. It's kind of, if anybody's ever read the book, The Leviathan, it has a World War I vibe to it, but there's bioengineering and diesel punk. It's a really cool book that I did enjoy reading. I believe I read all of them. There's only 3, right, 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐦?
Yeah, it's a trilogy.
Yeah, it's a trilogy, yeah. I enjoyed them when I read them. I haven't read them in quite some time, but this is where it's inspired from. So there's going to be a little bit of some biotechnology, diesel punk, very war based, and we'll get into the story in a little bit because part of this is a playtest. So we're not here to just play a game and be fun and have all of that. We're also here to kind of showcase EZD6 for multiple reasons. Scotty, DM Scotty, sorry, that's his full title.
You're right, man.
He is going to be on our channel in an upcoming Skraturday, April 5th. My brain is doing fine. Thank you for linking that, 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐦. So Jacob, wanted to honestly sit down and play it before I sat with him and played it, just out of respect for him, because I've always seen it. Everybody talks about it, and I just haven't had a chance. So when Scrat was like, hey, I would like to have it too, we were like, well, let's do it before we do that. And here we are. And we are actually going to build Scrat's character on stream. So Scrat, you've come with a concept, correct?
Yes. Do I just take it from
Nothing
here?
more.
All right.
So he came with his concept, guys, and that's all you need. That's it. Let's go play.
All right. So the steps are choose a hero path, choose a species, choose inclinations, choose 2 aspects, and then step 5 is if a conjurer, which is what I want to be, choose a circle of sorcery, and then your equipment. So hero paths are like your classes. That's just another word for that. Species is just going to be human. Humans get 3 inclinations, whereas if you play a different kind of species, you get 2 inclinations plus whatever their little bonus is. So I will be a boring old human, and I don't guess we have a way to put these pages on the screen, do we?
I sure do. Tell me what page we're going on.
In the book, it's page 26. I'm looking at the Conjurer page.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second while I ruin everything.
All right, so the Conjurer, everybody but the Brute, I think, gets 3 strikes, so he gets his 3 HP. His armor is light, which we're actually going to get into that a little bit, but normally it is, you save against wounds on a 6, so I am very squishy. I am likely to be hit by things. Miraculous save, it's also a 6, and we may get into that. I have a boon to magical mystery tasks, and you will see as we go through this how open this is. And his little perks he gets are Mystic Barrier. I can make a shield for myself that will absorb a hit. And I think as an action, you can shield yourself from magic so it lasts until I get bonked or I fall unconscious for some reason.
Can I intercede?
Sure.
We have a request. Chat, you always can influence the story. Later on, I haven't even made the listing. I'll tell you guys what it is, but you can happily buy them karma or buy me problems for them. It's in the description. I'll link it in a minute. But if you want to influence Scrat's story, you guys got to buy him a coffee. Give me that link, Scrat. If you want to influence his character building, just saying.
I don't know.
Okay, you keep going. I'll look for your link.
That's on your link tree.
Yeah, there or any of my YouTube videos. But anyway, so he has that. The Master Magic, which lets him pick a circle of sorcery, and that defines your skill set, which we will see. Seeker of Sorcery can cast magic from scrolls, so I get 2 random scrolls. I will have to roll for that, so y'all don't let me forget. And this is kind of where the Conjurer, I guess you could say, gets a little nerfed to balance him out. He gets a Wanderer's Staff, and which lets him shoot little magic bolts, but the trick with them is they hit one target, you only roll 1d6, and you can't crit, which is pretty big in this game because EZD6 has exploding crits, so when you crit, you get to roll again and again and again and again until you stop critting. But Conjurers can't do that, and they make up for that with their schools of magic they get, which we will get into. Let's see. Where is that? Circles of Sorcery. That is on 35. So you got different things.
Hold on, let me
do.
catch up. I'm doing too much. Where's my producer? She's dealing with children.
Dealing with the things she produced.
All right, I'm there. You okay there, Glee?
I'm having a great time tonight. Thank you.
So anyway, well, just a few of the circles of sorcery here. One is arcane bands, which you just make magical whips, you can grapple stuff. And this is very open-ended. Like, it's not like, oh, you do this much damage, you can, this many feet, this far, all that stuff. It's like, no, here's the concept of what it is. Do what you want. Blaster Master, you get to blow stuff up. The Botanicalist, I think that's how you say that. You can like grow plants and stuff. So, you can like make a bridge out of vines or climb up something, or you can choke people out. An Elementalist, you can probably figure out what that is. Now, the one I was thinking was the Seer, and that's why I have a crazy old man for the avatar. I'll just read what it says. It says, the probabilities of the universe swirl around you. By entering a trance, you can predict future events or divine the best course of action. I guess that's how that works. The inspirations that come to you are often jumbled and obscure and must be interpreted by you. And this is the part you need to listen to, Jacob. You possess psychometry, or I guess that's how you say that weird word. The ability to read objects. This often comes in the form of visions and will give you a clue to the history of the object, as well as if the object is magical and how it works. Also, a spirit companion accompanies you and is often a personage from the past. Only you can see and interact with the spirit. This is why others often think the seers are eccentric and a bit off kilter. That is why he's a crazy old man. Now, what I mentioned earlier about the armor, he normally was a 6, but this comes with, you also have precognition and can avoid any damaging attack on a 3+. So, and if you make your save and it's a melee, there's a little bit of a typo here in the manual, and I think it's supposed to be if you make your save on a melee attack, that person attacking you suffers 1 strike. They hurt themselves. But that's a 3+ on avoiding any damage, so not just melee. The melees are just the one that hurt themselves.
Awesome. Oh, I'm hearing myself. Let me fix that.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Is everything okay?
No, it just,
so.
when I plugged in my headphones, I think it initially tried to change the microphone.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. So, Mr. Mustache is actually visiting me personally here in New York State. Sorry. But we're sharing the internet. So I was wondering if we were going to have issues, but everything's looking great. So you picked Lenny. Mm-hmm. You've picked your... What's it called? Conjurer?
Seer. Well, I'm the Conjurer is the class, and then Seer was my circle of sorcery.
The circle. That's the word I was looking for. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then what do you pick next?
My inclinations.
Which is on page
31. And I have no idea how to pronounce this one. It's the one that gives you a little med kit.
Shurigan.
Sure. I will take that one.
We'll just call you a surgeon.
Sure.
I believe that's where the word surgeon originates from.
I think so.
If I remember correctly.
I think so. And then on the next page, I was going to take Danger Sense purely because it made sense with his circle of sorcery.
You cannot be surprised and have a boon in avoiding traps.
Mm-hmm. Figured that makes
I'm just
sense.
going to take all my traps out now.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
And then on the next page, Slippery, because I felt like that also went well with his little circle of sorcery. Went well with the flavor.
𝐒𝐪𝐮𝐢, apparently is how you say it. Thanks, 𝐒𝐪𝐮𝐢𝐫𝐢𝐦𝐻. By the way, hello.
So that's that. And
Awesome.
then we get to roll. I get to roll up 2 random scrolls.
Which is on what page?
88.
Thank you. Now, do you have these memorized?
No, I'm looking at the thing. I
Or
have
did
them
you just do
bookmarked.
Control F scroll?
I got them bookmarked. Well, I know where I need to go.
That's awesome. See, I'm playing with 2 professional EZD6. I believe, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave from Ironbound, your original Grimwood setting is made in EZD6.
Yeah, Grimwood City for EZD6. You can get it on drive-thru.
Could you sound any more excited about that?
Yes, I could.
Just had a scream like an hour before this one.
I know.
All right, so I'm going to roll 2d6. and
Shillelagh!
that
Go
will
ahead.
determine the first scroll. So it's a 3 and a 1. So it's group 3, and the first scroll, which is Evok's Secret Reveal. Ooh, the caster can ask for anyone's secret to be revealed to them.
Wait, I missed this. Where's this one?
Group 3, first one.
Group 3. There it is. Boom. Ooh.
Yeah. So that actually works out really well. So I get one more here.
I don't like it. I'm just kidding.
A 3 and a 3. Sabat's Spinner. You can web up to 6 nearby targets in sticky gooey webbing. They need a 6 to break free.
So, from a lore standpoint, I would like you to try to make these like, and I'm curious if this is how the system works. Can you flavor it to be a contraption of some biochemical engineering?
The scroll?
Yeah. Okay.
Ain't
Cool.
no stopping you.
Awesome.
Yep.
It's more of asking for the viewers too, because I mean I reflavor Pathfinder stuff and people call me nuts, but it's
You're
'cause
a little nuts.
I am not. I mean I love nuts. They're delicious.
You ready for the common gear?
You love Scrat's nuts, to be specific.
They're my favorite.
All right, let's do some gear.
Yeah. Poor Glee. She hates us. I'm just kidding.
All right,
What
we
page is that
got
on again?
it's 40.
Are we allowed to show this PDF online? Scotty doesn't mind, right?
Find out.
I guess we're about to find out.
Didn't you inquire when you made your easy disc?
I did. I asked him. He was like, "You could show whatever you want." So,
Okay. I just had a slight panic attack. I'll be 100% honest with you. I realized I didn't ask permission. Here I am just showing off the PDF.
Per a much earlier conversation, for a different context, it was okay. So, great
All right.
assault transition.
we got a 2, a 4, and a 3, and a 4. So I get a pole, a small hammer. Oh no, I'm sorry. A flask of oil, a lantern, and a horn.
A trumpet,
And then the specialty gear.
which is on page 41.
There you go. We got a 6, a 1, a 6, and a 5. So,
There goes all the 6 rolls.
yeah. However you say that, is it manacles? Manacles?
Glee is absolutely correct. Scrat did do a wonderful EZD6 review. Actually, Scrat's really good at reviews. Go check out the Ironbound one, too.
The Ironbound one's perfect.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He needs to do an open legend one now.
I do. You gotta play it. But
All right.
anyway. Quill, ink, and parchment. A hidden pocket. And fake jewels in the hidden pocket.
Cool.
So that's
There
it.
you go.
Characters made. That's all it takes. And that was with some extra bonus options.
Love it. All right, I'm going to get that PDF back over here, and I'm going to open up to the spot that says reference sheets. I don't know if I'll need them, but we'll see. Handy bits. I like that they call it that. There's some definitely cool names. The layout is pretty understandable. When I was building the character, I didn't feel like I had to go back and forth a few times, and much at all, which I appreciate. And it's pretty easy to consume, I would say, the PDF. The book is coming in too. I'll have a different thoughts, sure, when I'm looking through the book. But as for the PDF, I felt like it flowed nicely. It's clear and concise. So
I literally could not find my book. I was sad. I don't know where it is.
I see Pirate Borg and Ironbound.
Yep.
Or Grimwood.
I don't know where my EZD6 one is.
Yeah, threw it away.
No, I didn't do that.
AZD6 book that's over there on my shelf, looking pretty.
Why is it over there? You need a prop.
I do.
I mean, this
Awesome.
has all the rules in it, so.
All right, now that we've built Scrat's character on stream, and honestly, that took way too long because I interrupted so much. Realistically, Scrat could have had that probably done in 8 minutes if I had to put a timer on it.
More like 5 or
5.
2.
I was
5 at the longest.
wow.
Bye, mustache.
Oh, did he say something?
Nah, he just left.
On
What if
my
it's-
end, you said that before he left, so you just had like tapped into Lenny's premonition abilities or something.
Uh-oh. He's
Ah.
back, maybe?
Technical
Nope,
difficulties.
you just dropped.
Are you having a hard time connecting, Mr. Stash?
I don't know what happened. I just suddenly got booted out, I guess.
I jinxed it by saying it was going well. Well, it looks like it's all working now, so we'll keep on trucking. All right, so we know who Scrat's playing. I'm going to share his character image. I meant to do that a minute ago. What is the name of your character?
Lenny.
Lenny. Check this handsome fella out, guys. Look at that guy. Beautiful.
A little crazy.
I love it.
Wind blowing through the hair.
Yeah.
Dave from Grimwood, who are you honoring us with your presence today?
I am playing Harlan Iron Fist Cutter, once a shock trooper who is no longer needed by the Empire, feels the Empire is still the greatest thing and hates the rebels, but yet has joined this crew of rebellish group. So
Awesome.
yeah, wow, I don't have any energy today. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
I
good,
don't know
buddy.
where it
It's
went.
good. I'll make up for it. I'll be wild.
I'm like, I don't know where it went. Like
I stole it
had
all.
earlier when me and Scrat were doing monsters.
It's at the bottom of the margarita bottle.
You should probably go find it, partner.
He drank it all.
Oh,
I can't.
So
It was gone,
specifically-
the whole bottle.
specifically, there was actual multiple empires and kingdoms that were fighting. Picture World War One, but they're using giant mechs. Like I said before, lots of like beasts of burden, but they're huge and like mechanically, or not mechanically, but like grown and altered. So you have like huge beasts pulling along cannons and stuff like that. And so the war, well, we'll get to the picture because I got to do a couple more or get to the picturing what's going on, but we have a couple more players I want to introduce. But specifically, the empire that Iron Fist comes from was one of the biggest threats out there, and it actually did get taken down by multiple alliances that came in after it. And the name of that empire is in my list here. Hold on.
Virus?
Yes,
Is that how you
Varus.
say it?
Yeah,
Varus.
Varus. I'm Varus Empire, and that's going to lead us to our next character, who is going to be the leader of this group. Glee, who are you playing?
I'm playing 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐦𝐵. She is a ruthless but disgraced general. I don't know what side she was on, so that's neither here nor there. But right now, she is seeking to lead a new task force to just get more personal glory. She has just led a trail of blood in her wake, and we'll see if even more is to come.
DM Tails, we'll see you in a week, buddy. By the way, I love this character. I'm very excited to see how you play it, Glee.
Same.
I originally pictured you from the Fallen Empire, but
Sure.
you don't have to be. It's your choice.
Well, since she's seeking personal glory and power, I didn't think it would be too pertinent as to which side she came from,
You're
so
right. Absolutely right.
completely open to interpretation.
So out of character, guys, I asked her to create an NPC that was like her best friend, and she said no.
I didn't say no. Yeah, I said that you asked about NPCs, but I don't know who would still be willing to fight with her. You threw out an idea, and I was just like, oh, they're going to die. And that's where it ended.
We never made one. That's okay. And Mr. Mustache, who are you playing as?
Apparently Thorn Ironpaw.
Tharn.
Or Tharn. Is it Thorn or Tharn?
Tharn.
Tharn. Arn. Who apparently wears, because of Jacob, an iron thong, metal thong.
Yeah, flip-flops. Flip-flops. Flip-flops.
It was the item you rolled. That one because of Dave.
Tongues.
So I'm a warrior who is a dwarfed human, which I don't know what that means, but I'm a dwarfed human.
I use the species traits for dwarf to make you tougher, kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can dual wield, but I also have a shield, and I have a glorious mustache. So I just stare at people, and they usually die and take harm.
I believe that's how we did not write your character.
The mustache has swords on it.
We need a rewrite.
All right, so as part of this situation, I want to reverse time a little bit, and I'm curious if any of you have any ideas of how you joined up under Casima's rule. How and why? Does anybody have any thoughts or ideas to that?
Lenny's super old, and he's just been hanging around forever. And at this point, nobody's really sure where he came from because he's just always been there. So he's like the guy you can't get rid of at work, and you just cross promote him to get him out of your department. So he just keeps getting shuffled around. So I imagine Kazuma just picked him up because he was available. He's really good at what he does.
Resume. I didn't look too much beyond you're willing to fight for me.
He's a good mechanic.
And that's
things, his thing.
How many? So let's say you two. There's a picture of a small group of following, but you guys are definitely higher ranked, just for terminology stuff. And how many events or how many challenges, and maybe even what were they, that have you two faced together?
Captain.
That's general to you, soldier. Honestly, I would say not many. The longer folks tend to stick around with Kazima, the less likely they are to have a long, fruitful life. So I would say he's been on a handful, but not yet in the double digits.
Awesome. How about Iron Fist?
Well, that depends on where the captain's from. Because if she's part of the old empire, I think Salas and I probably joined up to see where she goes and where things take us.
And care to talk about your NPC?
Yeah, Salas Kane was a rogue engineer that took care of me when I lost my eye and my arm.
So you were found amongst a strewn battlefield of multiple airships that have crashed in battle, dying beasts of burden, beasts of war, and soldiers all about, and you happened to be one of the ones who was rescued by Silas.
Exactly. And he took me in, and he's one of the few friends I have.
And this is Kazima was probably the first, dare I say, organized group of people you've found since that massive battle.
That would make sense.
And how often, or how many, so you probably haven't done a whole lot with her yet. You've been more of just kind of like surviving, making your way through the lands, following whatever crazy thing Kazima's doing, which we'll get to in a little bit. What about Tharn?
I want to imagine that Tharn was like just a dockhand that, like, you know, so fairly fit and strong, moving stuff around. And one day maybe there was like fighting and somebody that was about to maybe kill him got his head lopped off by 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐤, and it made him just instantaneously grow a mustache. Like he was completely clean shaven. Just the act and getting the blood splashes, immediate mustache growth, and suddenly he had to be a fighter after that. And so he just has been following her ever since.
So there's a giant cross between a cow and a gorilla that was near her when this happened, and it must be that some of the growth hormones that were used within that splashed across your mustache. And it was just like
instant growth. She made a man out of me.
Power of the stash, yes. Power of the woman. All right, 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐤, you have recently received word that the only surviving airship of the Veros Empire has been spotted. And alongside that word, there has been rumor that potentially even the last of the bloodline flies upon this particular airship called the Storm Wyvern. And the reports that you have is that it is struggling along. So, you have a small group of people before you. You have Tharn, Iron Fist, Lenny. You have an NPC named Silas. And then roll me 2d6.
So Silas is with us?
Yeah, Silas is with us. And you have 3 soldiers. Just like non-script soldiers that I could probably name because there's only 3 of them.
Did the dice roll come up on your end? I'm not seeing it.
Oh, it did. Yeah, I see 3. I see 3. I see 3 on stream.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh on mine.
Okay, cool. And so this is a relatively new formed group. So 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐤 has found out this information, and you're setting up with your small team here how you would like to approach or what you would like to do. Jacob.
Those are the 3 NPCs.
Perfect. Jacob, and 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐤𝐫. At least that's what 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐤 calls. They don't actually have a name. They're just like red shirt 1, red shirt 2.
Oh.
All right. So 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐤, you bring together your teammates and tell them what to do, or gather or share this information with them and see what they would like to do too. How do you handle that?
So just to clarify, are we the group that like has all the fabricated beasts, or are we on the more mechanical side?
You are in whatever side you can recruit at this point. So your group, so realistically, your group is kind of stuck with a mixture of both. So you fought on the more mechanical side, the diesel side, right? Not the bio. It is bio, right? Bioengineering side. I don't remember. I have to go look.
In the Leviathan, they refer to as the Darwinists.
Thank you. But yeah, we can call them the bio people. I can come up with a better name in a minute. But at this point, the war was so massive, and you've been traveling through war-torn lands that you're pretty much just recruiting whoever you can get your hands on to start fresh. Because from your point of view, 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐤, you're only seeing fallen empires. Like, you're only seeing death, destruction. You're finding a few survivors here and there and stuff like that. So realistically, at this point, it's your choice to pick a side or have all of them, whatever you would like.
𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐤 has her own side.
Correct. You're going to be the new empress of the world if you continue this.
So I just received the missive and I've read it. And are we in a camp and these folks are around me, or do I need to go and? Okay. So yeah, I'm going to take the missive in my hand, and charge out of my tent and approach this rabble that I'm assuming is like around the campfire or just kind of tending to things around the camp. I'm going to stand on top of something.
Tharn would be waiting outside your tent, and as soon as you pop up, start walking as if he's your royal guard or whatever.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so we need more presence, more muscle. So we both approach kind of an elevated place within the camp, and I have a whistle, so I'm going to blow it loud and shrill to get everyone's attention, and I'm not even going to wait for them to start coming close. I'm just going to start speaking, and they better keep up. And I'm going to let them know that the scraps and ashes of the fallen empire have been located, and they are close enough that we can grasp them once again. We are going to take control of this vessel, and we are going to take control of whatever futures are left for us. I know you all have come from broken pasts, but we're going to forge something new, and we are most likely going to forge it in fire.
Before anybody responds, 𝐒𝐪𝐮𝐢, what side, if a side, are you choosing? Between you don't have to. Are you choosing the middle, or are you choosing which way?
Well, her goal is to make her own empire, but we'll say she came from the fallen empire, and she almost takes pride in the fact that it is fallen, because if they hadn't tossed her out, that wouldn't have been the case.
Okay. Keep going. Who responds to her? What a lively group.
I think Tharn will like raise his axe and hit his shield and cheer and make loud noises.
What about old Iron Fist?
What shall we do from now on? Is follow you? Is that what you're saying?
Between that and being food for the rats. I see you've already lost a few pieces, probably to them.
Lenny's arguing with himself because the seer has this little mystical friend.
Can we hear what this argument is? Would you like me to argue with you?
No, because no. Let's see. Hang on. I forgot. I gotta go back and look.
So I love the idea as you're going back and looking. The group that you don't have a ton of ammunition. You have the 3 soldiers that have some basic long rifles. So if you wanted to, this is in the 𝐒𝐪𝐮𝐢, I'm allowing you to make these choices. You could go try to like raid the battlefield. You could go try to gain intel on what's going on, try to recruit more soldiers, or go right for the prize. Or you could come up with your own pathway to get there. So just some things to keep in mind as I scrap.
Oh, he's arguing with somebody named Frank. That's the book says nobody knows. Nobody can see or interact with the thing he's talking to. So to y'all, he seems crazy. And he's arguing with Frank, and he's like, I don't know what side we're on anymore. We've been doing this for so long. Who knows? So they're just having a grand old time over there.
Lenny's talking to that squirrel again.
There it is.
Oh.
Also, Dave, are you piloting Silas as well, or are they going to be controlled by Jacob?
He's looking at me.
I am.
I'll play Silas, sure.
Yeah, you can play Silas. Yeah,
I pictured Silas to be a Mal. Is this correct?
sure. I didn't
What'd you
determine.
picture Silas to be?
Yeah, I pictured him to be a male too. So
Okay. Silas will speak up and what exactly are you looking for here? There's 8, 9 of us here, maybe?
Do you want us to take a Empire ship?
With such few numbers. I mean, you have a plan, don't you?
Of course I have a plan. I always have a plan. It's a plan that's kept me alive this far. Can't say the same for those who haven't stuck to my plan.
Well, can we hear your plan, please? What is the meaning of all this? We have to think about these things. I'm here pulling people off for the battlefield and trying to revive them, and you're going to rush into an uncertain situation?
Just for clarity, we are on a battlefield? Like, there's people around us that...
No, like
are
this is
injured, or-
what's left of the battlefield, like crashed airships and dead creatures, and so like it covered many, many miles. And so we've been just traveling, trying to stay alive, gathering food, finding local villages that have been like smogged out. Maybe you find one person, two people in there, they're like willing to work with you or do some trades. But it's very desolate in the area you are. And so there is a sense of like trying to find some sort of like civilization at this point. So you are the governing force in your minds right now, everywhere you go. And if I'm wrong in saying that, please tell me I'm wrong.
Nope, let's roll with it.
All right.
Well, you have
Everybody's
until
probably
morning to...
dead on that airship anyways. We can overtake them.
Exactly. Tharn, was it?
Yep. You can call me Mustache if you want.
I will not. Tharn is right, and he's always been loyal to me, and that's why he has the rank he does. Insert rank here. Silas, you have until morning to scrap together whatever you may from this battlefield, and then we have to head out. If we don't take this opportunity as soon as possible, that someone else will, and I cannot allow that. So we head out first thing in the morning. We'll pick up whatever materials and pieces we can as we traverse the battlefield and head out towards the landing zone for this ship. And then we will board as a small elite task force. And that is why I have chosen to keep you all here, because you all have impressive backgrounds. You've all survived thus far, which speaks more than most. And I'll gesture out towards the field. And now we are going to live again.
So it's 11 a.m. Silas looks at you. It's March 13th of 1921. No, you're good. Well, this gives all of us time to scavenge some more of the battlefield, too. I thought we could roleplay that a little bit.
I like having more time.
I just thought, your character doesn't want more time. Your character's ready to go. But Glee's like, can we have a little bit? And so Silas is going to look at you, look over at Iron Fist. I guess it is. Let's go see what we can scavenge off this battlefield. Empress Cassima. He kind of hisses as he says it. What is it that you would have us find on the battlefield? What would suit your army's needs? Anything? Or do we have a focus? Do we want the living bodies? Do we want mecha? What do you want off the battlefield?
You and Iron Fist are to find anyone who is still able-bodied. If they are not, leave them to lick their own wounds, and find any ballistics, any weapons, any materials we can use for traps and sabotage, and to get the upper hand in a tight situation. Anything that's too heavy to carry, we leave behind.
As you wish.
Right. So kill the people that can't make it. Take what we can. All right. I can do that.
It's called mercy killing. So why let them suffer? Just put them out. Well, Tharn, anybody else joining us? You want to join? Lenny?
Yeah. No places for cowards in my task force. You're all coming.
Oh, I meant
whatever your friend is, they can come too.
All right. So we're gonna go We're gonna spend the rest of this day scavenging the battlefield. So, Iron Fist, you're gonna be able to roll with a boon because you have an assistant, Silas. Okay. So, I would like you to roll 2d6 and take the highest. That's how the system works. It's a d6 system. With a boon, you keep the highest. With a bane, you keep the lowest. Sometimes you roll 1-6. What?
I got a 5.
I see that. We'll go over that in a moment. That's a decent score. If I could actually have a roll from all of you who are searching the battlefield, and then we'll go over what that looks like.
Does the mechanic get a boon?
Absolutely. Is the mechanic looking for something mechanical?
Sure. Tools or anything she can scrap up and use? Apparently not.
So, with Tharn, since he's really strong, like I imagine he might be helping more in carrying heavy things.
Okay. Are you trying to get a boon out of me?
Oh, looks like I'm back.
Oh, I don't think you left.
Oh,
You're
maybe
still
not.
good on our end.
We
You did
hear
freeze
and
a
see
little
you.
bit.
Interesting.
Okay, yeah, you guys all froze up, and then it just went down to only my camera and went back.
Weird.
But okay. So since Tharn is strong, I'd imagine him assisting with just carrying and moving heavy things, or moving heavy things off so that more stuff can be found.
So you're giving somebody else a boon.
And basically, no, I was saying that to help give me a boon because of strength tasks.
Look at this guy pushing. So in the system, there is.
Okay, if
you
not,
if you want to aid somebody, you would actually roll a d6, and they would roll a d6, and you would take the higher. Correct me if I'm wrong, Scrat and Dave. That is the truth.
No, never
That's how
done.
I don't.
I believe I read that like an hour ago, but
That's how I would play it.
okay, cool. But if so, you have an option. You could help out your Empress. Yeah, that's what I'm calling you now. Or you could do it yourself.
What if I have my pet help me?
Your what?
I have a pet.
Was this mentioned?
Please tell us about your pet, Tharn.
Is it a mustache?
So Tharn's walking out. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out his pet rock named Stony. It's like, all right, Stony, we need to find some good stuff for our Empress. Where do you think we should look? And throws Stony and watches where he goes.
The confidence I had in my right hand is plummeting like a rock.
Wow, wait, that was a great pun. So, just because I'm loving this, Kazima's going to get a karma point,
Woo.
and so is Tharn for this ridiculousness. As you throw this rock on the ground, it goes thud and doesn't move.
Cool.
But
So does that mean I get a boon?
it hit something on the ground that's been
Oh, okay.
buried in the mud.
Cool. So yeah, I run up to it and check it out.
It's a very nice small machine gun.
All right. Stony, you're the best. You're a genius. Pick it up and pet him a little bit, knock off some of the dirt, slip him back into the pocket. Then run with it over my head to show my triumph.
I don't know how Kazima will react to this.
I believe it's your turn, right?
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll assume she's familiar with his antics. Maybe he hit his head, and this is just the result.
Maybe you hit his head. I said maybe you hit his head.
Maybe. Well, he doesn't remember, so it's not important. Very good, Tharn. We'll add this to the stockpile. We'll make sure we have this cleaned up and checked out before we head out. Continue looking.
Yeah, I'll go look for any of those ape beasts because maybe I can get some more of that growth hormone serum and throw it on our red shirts.
all right. Perfect. Roll a d6. Okay. So you guys are scavenging this battlefield, and there is crash airship pieces, dead bodies, mechs that have been destroyed, injured, near dying soldiers that Silas gives the mercy kill if he thinks he can't repair any. But they are Iron Fist you are able to find 2 soldiers who are relatively able-bodied. And you find them, they're resting on the battlefield. They're exhausted. They need some food, and you're able to, bring them back to your little camp you've got set up as your scout. You're spending like 8 hours looking through the battlefield. You only find 2 that are able-bodied, with some basic equipment, rifles and a knife. And we got something happening here. Oh, a baddie. Sorry. 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐦𝐞𝐬, thank you so much for your support. This is fantastic. 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐦𝐞𝐬, send me a baddie that fits this setting, please. That fits this diesel punk bio-engineered creatures. A beast of war would be cool. So just throwing ideas out there. And if you don't want to, tell me no, and I'll do it myself. You can say no. I didn't think I said those words. But if you don't have one, I'll make one up. I actually got a couple in my mind. I just thought I'd give you the power because you donated, and thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. There is, if you do Google the book, you can get some cool inspiration for sure. You're absolutely right, Gleeful. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, you're good. I'll keep telling the story. So you find 2 soldiers, and you bring them back to the camp, relatively lightly equipped. And 𝐒𝐪𝐮, you were looking for what exactly? Sorry, my brain got excited about what I'm going to kill you with.
You said there was that ape creature that...
Yes, thank you, yes. And so you're actually going to find one who has recently died. And what exactly are you trying to do with it?
Well, I want to collect some of its blood because
Absolutely.
it was the blood that splattered,
Yes.
So, but I have to mimic what happened. So I'll set the body up.
So you'll take a dead soldier's body and put it next to it?
No. I'll take the ape.
Okay.
And set it up, and then set a jar or bucket to collect, roughly in the same position that I had been when the infamous event happened, and then cut its head off so the blood splatters into that, then rush that back and throw the blood on the face of the red shirts so that it will also spontaneously make a mustache grow.
Okay.
Interesting strategy, Soldier.
Yep.
Be like, this will empower you to be victorious for our Empress. Splash, splash, splash.
This is a one-shot. So Glee, please forgive me for the shenanigans that I'm about to do, okay? Because it doesn't stick to the story that I would tell if this was a campaign, but I love this. And so as you split this on the redcoats, so now there's 5 of them, right? Different body parts are going to grow on each of them. Mustaches on all of them, of course. But giant ears, which become a little sensitive. The one grows like a snout. The other one, gets jacked and slightly bigger, but his voice goes super high. He talks like this, really excited. And so they all have they get deformities. They're not exactly thrilled, but then they realize they feel stronger and they feel better. And now they have this glorious mustache.
It's all for you, Empress. I've made our people stronger.
Into the glorious new empire. Continue.
All right, Lenny. You, on the other hand, Lenny.
On the other hand,
you don't grow a mustache. You lose your beard. I'm just kidding. You're traveling through the battlefield, and you're looking for things and stuff. Right? Things and stuff. And you're going to come across not a whole lot. There's plenty of mechanical parts here that if you had the time, you could take and maybe work into something, right? But that's not quite what you're about. You're looking for a lost soul, right?
I was just looking for something to fix.
I'm just teasing you about the lost soul. Well, in a minute, you're walking through, and you stumble upon this strange cat-like creature. that rises up from eating a corpse of a dead soldier and growls at you this absolute massively sonic roar that begins to shudder your legs. Jacob doesn't know. Is this where you use miraculous save? Because it's not against, it's like a save against the creature?
Well, is he attacking
You.
or yeah, he's attacking me, but it's just an attack, right? The miraculous saves are for like
A
I have
fireball,
been
right?
set on fire.
Okay.
Rocks are falling on me, you know.
And you
Like
die, yeah.
the miraculous, yeah, like if you're about to die. So.
All right, this creature rears up, blasts forward a sonic blast at you. And then I roll against you. That's what I do.
Yeah, so this is sounding like a magic attack, which is where, ouchies, you don't get to use karma. That's what I messed up when I ran this a couple times.
I didn't use karma. I just rolled
No,
a D6.
I don't get to use it.
Oh,
I don't. You don't have karma.
all right. So
but-
the reason this is happening, chat, is I am punishing Lenny a little bit, but it's okay
That's mean.
for his bad roll.
Now the conjurer, the boon is magical mystery tasks. Do you
Yeah.
think that falls under this or?
Yes.
Okay, so I would have a boon to that, and I have to roll a 6. So now I also have. I don't have to roll a 6 because I have the precognition thing.
Okay.
That was it 3 or 4 plus? Let me look.
3 or higher.
3 or higher. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So I technically see it coming and can react.
Okay.
So,
So as this beast rears up and goes to blast, what do you do? So he rolled a 3 and a 4. They're not added together. You take the higher, which is a 4. Sorry, I just want to make sure chat knows.
yeah, I pushed the wrong thing. I had a button for it, but yes. So it was a 4. So yeah, man, Lenny's scouting around doing things, looking for stuff, and because he's crazy, Frank tells him to look out because Frank totally exists and is real. So when this cat monster thing rears up, he just kind of slides. Doesn't even really dodge like he's in danger. He just old man shuffles to the side and just keeps looking for what he's trying to do.
Oh, I love it. And so I love the idea, like, you kind of just old man shuffle to the side, and the blast goes forward, sending body parts and mech parts across the way. And you guys but you just keep looking. Why do you have no like, Jacob wants to know why your character doesn't have any fear of this.
Because he's old and senile. Like, he just tunnel vision, looking for stuff, and Frank's like, hey, things coming up. He's like, hey, dang it, shut up, Frank, I see the monster. He just keeps on going, doing what he's doing. So Lenny is very old.
All right, so you're standing next to this pile of rubble, and this cat-like creature comes up onto the pile of rubble and just like looks down at you with the most confused look, if you even looked at it. And it looks at you, waiting for you to act like a prey, but you just kind of just keep digging through and looking for parts.
I can do wands make sense in this world?
No.
Or can we just reflavor the wand to a little pistol?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just looking and I'll just shoot right over the side.
So I do want to let the other players know you definitely heard the thunderous sonic boom go off. And now as you look across the battlefield, yes, there's lots of smoke and stuff, but I love the idea that you see the smoke haze kind of dissipate a little bit, especially where the sonic blasts through, and you see this giant cat-like creature looking down upon something, and now you hear a roll
I
an
was going to
attack.
say, is there a chance that, like, since Lenny does have a mustache, could I have maybe sensed that there was trouble through the mustache weave?
The real question is,
And, like,
have you guys linked your mustaches up?
Absolutely
Are
not.
they attuned?
So if you haven't attuned your mustaches to one another, I'm sorry.
Mine is all natural. His is this artificial new age millennial junk. I don't want nothing to do with that.
Wow.
So no. I'm sorry.
But,
I don't usually like saying no on a one shot, but I think that
At the
But
sound,
yours twitches,
maybe I'm
so.
running over.
Yeah, you guys can say you're running over. I'd say that you're a good distance away, that the cat and Scrat's character are going to have a couple of bouts here before you get there. Of course, Scrat, your character, whose name is Lenny, has just shot, and you rolled.
I haven't rolled yet.
You haven't rolled.
No. I am rolling a 2. So, and I figure instead of an actual gun, he's probably got some mechanical contraption that makes more sense for the world. Since,
Just like launches a projectile.
yeah, something on his wrist, and it's because the wands are supposed to be magic based instead of physical. So he might do something similar to that sonar, just concussive blast kind of thing.
You miss.
That's terrible. That's
And
unfortunate.
but the creature's still really confused because you're not acting like prey. Every other soldier it's come across has ran for fun, and it does it like confused, like this cat wants to hunt you, but you're just ignoring it.
That's how I do.
Mr. Mustache, if you need to kick the cat off your lap, you can. I'm sorry, he's playing with your strings.
He dug his claws into my chest so hard, trying to get the cord on my chest.
Sharp claws too.
He's manifesting the cat that's in game.
Yes. Well, this cat is going to attempt to growl at you, trying to get you to flee.
All
So
right.
I'm going to roll another D6, like a magic check again. So it's like causing fear. Does this make sense?
Yeah, so that's not damage. So I don't think that perk of mine would trigger.
Okay. Yeah, this is legitimately trying to cause you to run away.
Yeah. So that'll still be a 2d6.
Oh.
Dang it.
I rolled a 6.
Now, I don't know. Well, I got a 6, so it doesn't matter.
Hey,
Man, this cat lets out this like horrifying, like trying to scare you away, and you're not falling for it. 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐻?
God dang it, Frank. Kid, shut up. I'm trying to find
For chat, technically those 6s, both of those would explode.
Oh, this is magic stuff.
Not for magic,
It's
right?
magic.
Yeah, I was using magic.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Tharn, Iron Fist,
yes.
𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐻, are you all running towards this situation?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
As you're running towards it, the cat's head snaps up from this fool of a soldier, Lenny, and looks up at, well, that's what the cat thinks, if the cat had a thought pattern, looks up at 3 delicious creatures running towards it, and gets very exciting. It is now going to jump down and attempt to hide amongst the rubble and slink its way towards you guys. So I'm gonna roll what I'm gonna call as a stealth check, just a D6, and you guys are gonna roll to perceive it. Am I doing this right, Scrat?
Do it however you want, man.
I'm doing it my way. We'll keep going. I rolled a 1. So you guys don't even have to roll. This is going to be automatic failure. The cat's going to go to jump down, and Lenny, you've made a couple spots. You're going to roll anyway. I love it. You've made a couple of spots that are weakened because you've got like pulled some rubble from the piles and stuff like that, and it goes to jump onto this one spot, and then it starts just sliding down and tumbling and crashing through. And at this point, 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐻, Iron Fist, and Lenny, and Lenny if you wanted to, and Tharn, you guys all have an action to take against this cat as it has stumbled upon the ground, and it's like just getting up.
So Tharn has pulled out an axe and a scimitar. He's going to dual wield here and yell out, for the Empress, the mustache maker, the man maker.
The man maker Empress. That could be taken in many ways.
Okay, so since I'm dual wielding weapons, it says I get to roll 3d6.
I believe so. Yep.
Awesome.
A 5.
5.
So 5.
That's a hit. You tell me what it looks like as you strike upon it. It's not dead. Just tell me what the damage looks like.
Yeah.
The wounds, the strikes.
Sure. So I I slice across with the axe to draw its attention, and then I go for the infamous head chopping off move. But I guess it rears back just a little bit, so I only nick the neck.
Some of the cat fur lands on your beard and fuses, and your mustache gets bigger and more glorious.
Ha ha ha!
You're gonna be a furry by the end of this one.
Iron Fist, what are you doing?
Iron Fist is going to leap forward with his great axe, and because this is weird sci-fi type world, it actually has like a propeller system on it, and he's going to activate it and slam it down onto the cat and see what happens.
Giant cat with sonic vocal cords.
I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 karma to make that a crit.
So explain to me in chat what
Sure.
2 karma spending is.
So 2 karma, I rolled a 4, so I can spend karma to bump that roll, and I can bump it up to a crit. I have 6 karma because I chose Born Blast, which gives you 6 karma to start with. So I'm going to spend 2 karma to bump that up to a crit. I'm going to then roll another d6 to see if that one crits.
I also got a pause because I believe, Lenny, you failed a roll earlier and you forgot to add karma.
That's right. I haven't got my
Sorry.
note.
Which then also crit. So now I get to roll again.
Okay.
That one does not crit, so I have 2 strikes against it.
All right. And so please tell me how you kill 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐻𝐸 the cat.
The axe just activates and just rockets right through its chest cavity and splits it open. And then he looks at the mustache.
He says, "That's how you kill a cat."
And this entire time, Lenny is just searching for things to use.
Yep. If he was going to get another swing, he was just going to walk right through the middle of the battlefield and shoot him as he was walking and go to the next round.
Does Iron Fist respond to this?
No, he doesn't. He's chosen to ignore Lenny as much as possible.
Saying Lenny has lived this long for a reason. Don't question it.
I think for different reasons than 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐸 has.
Well, why don't you guys take a moment to role play while I maybe upload something that I got from a supporter. Keep going.
Oh no! Don't kill us with more cats.
Ah, yes! I see. An ape you cut the head off, a cat you split in half.
Enhance as well as you shave a beard or trim a mustache.
I don't know either, Frank. These new millennials, I don't get it either. What's so wrong with them?
𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐸 is going to walk up to the beast and just drive her sword through it as well, just to make sure it is dead, and turn to the crew and say, "Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys."
Realistically, you guys have not had much for food. So even an altar beast at this point in time would be better than nothing, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking that too. All right, so you guys drag this back to the campsite where Lenny, you sadly didn't find a whole lot today. You accidentally stirred some trouble that you didn't even realize you stirred. And you now come back to the campsite, and everybody, all the red shirts, all the Jacobs and 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐸𝐻𝐸s and 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐸𝐸s have beautiful, glorious mustaches.
There's no way our empire can fail now.
All right.
It looks like we got a couple donations too.
Oh, I'm missing it. Wow. Trying this again in case my name doesn't show. $5 for Mustache Man and his legendary mustache adventures. We also have a karma for the glorious Man Maker, Empress, and karma for Iron Fist splitting the cat in. So go ahead and add. Oh, that was from yourself. Nice. Great Moustache and Builder B, I believe that is you, right? Two additional. I missed it. What? What'd you just say?
You said we found 2 other guys in amongst.
Yeah, 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐽𝐿. Glee. All right. Oh, that's cool. Okay. You guys are now eating a delicious meal. How wonderful that is. And you are
Does
hanging
someone
out.
have like special spices? Can we use that in some fancy way?
I think the mustache did.
Oh, yeah. I've got.
He would absolutely want to use them for his Empress.
No, I think you traded out the spices for mustache bomb.
Ah,
Maybe don't
how
put that
silly
in
of
the
me to
food.
have forgotten.
All right. So we're going to fast forward a little bit. Camp, unless there's something you guys want to have a conversation around camp. In the morning, you guys are going to start heading to the last known location of the storm Wyvern, correct?
What's the plan?
Cool.
That's the plan.
And so you guys begin your travels. You have some relatively well-rested soldiers, well-fed, and okayly equipped. That's just the best way to put it. And so you guys are traveling your way in let's just say east, and you're making good heading. Go ahead and Kazima. I'll get it right one day.
Yeah.
Can you please roll me 2d6? All right. It's 5 hours of travel at this point in time, trudging through these lands. And you guys, we're approaching about 1 in the afternoon when you suddenly see the Storm Wyvern. And this was one of their flagships. Just making sure I don't miss anything else on my other screens here. This was one of their flagship that they used, the Empire that fell. So I'm going to activate a scene. What was that?
That was your cat attacking my chest.
The Slade Beast.
You were slayed.
So this massive ship is currently flying very low. It actually seems to be borderline resting on a rocky plateau that's up in the air. And as you guys are coming up and you're seeing it there, you can see that they are doing repairs. It's having a hard time. It's slightly deflated. It is really struggling with maintaining. Those arms are just limp, and some of them are even severed off from combat. This creature, mixed biochemical creature.
Mechanical?
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Them for whatever reason struggling with. It's struggling. You can see the labored breath that it takes, and then as it exhales, smoke rises up out of the top when it's supposed to be relatively clean air. I mean, it's dealing with like toxicities. It's dealing with all kinds of different things. It's not working or functioning properly like it's supposed to, and you see it there. And so as they're trying to repair it, though, you guys are going to see there is a pair of large creatures that are harassing it. So now as you've come into closer enough view to see it, you see this massive airship, and you see there are 2 large, let me pull up the image here. This is from our supporters. 2 large spider-like creatures that they're designed to clean up battlefields, are trying to get at this, and they're trying to get the soldiers. And they're dealing with a little bit of a battle. Kazima, as you look upon this scene, you see multiple opportunities. 1, it's low enough that you guys can get on this ship. 2, if you wanted to take it to the diplomatic route, maybe you just fight off the giant monsters. Or 3, kill everything in sight, and it's yours. Or 4, run away. Or 5, say goodnight. I could keep going if you want more options.
Well, we need 6 so we can roll for it.
Okay, 6. Kill all your teammates and claim it for yourself.
All right, what
I
was
don't know
4?
what
That
4
was just leave, right?
I think it's which one?
That's very fitting for Lenny, but I don't know that 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐸 would be behind it.
they turn around and walk the other way. All right, so you guys are all together. Your red shirts are a bit nervous, and so how do you guys handle the situation?
So we
I'll
take
point
down the
my
spider
axe
monsters.
at the ship and say, "Don't worry, Storm Wyvern. Our Empress will make a man out of you."
Ship Tharm, but I like the fighting spirit.
So, are we on a ship? Are we?
Oh, you guys are on foot.
Okay, so there's like things hanging down from it that is within range to grab to climb up.
Absolutely, yeah. It's very low in the sky. It's not strong enough to be floating. It is clearly very physically wounded and damaged.
The Empire was never this dilapidated when I fought for her.
That's right. But we got 2 spider bots on our way.
Yeah, they're big.
Are the spider bots on the ground or are they up on the...
They are technically on the ground, harassing it, and there's soldiers on the lowest platform. Some are like swinging with cutlasses. Some are just like launching. So you'll notice none of them are using gunpowder weapons. They're using like crossbows and launchers, magnetic launchers. Actually, there is one turret on the bottom that actually launches magnetic bolts. So it uses the powers of magnetism to launch a bolt because there is no recall knowledge in the system, but I believe that 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐸 would understand, 𝐒𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐸, I said that correctly, would understand that there's a lot of hydrogen involved with these, and using explosive weaponry in close proximity could, especially as it's leaking and struggling right now, could cause an explosion. We don't want that. Right?
Lenny, please stow your pistol.
It's like a concussive blast thing. Remember, it was more magical.
How do you guys want to approach this situation? Tactics are always a possibility if you would like to roleplay.
I can run up, climb up the rope, and then pull you guys up really fast.
Really fast. Actually, yeah, I think we need to board the ship as fast as possible. 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐫𝐸 is going to be kind of haughty and think that these 2 spider beasts are keeping all these soldiers busy. So they're distracted, they're weak, they're tired. They're not worth adding to her regime anyway. So she wants to let them just fight amongst themselves and fight with the spiders, and we board the ship.
So
The ship doesn't look healthy, Empress. If we don't take these spiders out, we might not be able to fly the ship away.
Well, we need to... Wasn't there like a dude in here that we needed to get?
you only had rumor that there might have been royal blood, the last of the line on this ship.
I was saying, it wasn't just getting the ship. There was something in the ship. Thank you for clarifying. Getting the ship is secondary. We need to snuff out what's left of the Empire's ruling class before we can establish our own. If the ship survives, so be it. If not, we will still find another way. We always have.
As you wish.
Oh. Dave's character says, as you wish.
I'm scared.
I'm scared too. I'm not messaging Dave on the side. No, I'm just kidding.
So about that poison blade you have in your back pocket.
Now's the time to use it. No. All right.
Oh no, what would it be? It would be that star-shaped blade. You owe me one.
Oh, carrying over from other games.
Just have a running tally on the overlay.
Yeah, I mean, right at the start. How many times did we kill Dave? No, I'm just kidding.
Just the Dave versus Glee tally.
Yeah. All right, you guys are going to start making your way towards the ship and relatively stealthily trying to approach, yes? And climb upon?
Yeah.
Because you're trying to avoid the soldiers noticing you because you're trying to utilize let's say, the spiders attacking.
distraction.
So roll me, it would be a D6 stealth check with a boon because of the combatual situation. Don't fail.
I might have failed.
I'd have also failed. I'm gonna use a hero die to reroll. Can I do that? Is that please fact
Yeah,
checkers?
absolutely.
Please fact checkers. I like that.
Do I reroll just the one die, or do I
Yeah.
reroll
Just
both?
one
of them?
die.
Just the
One die.
one. Okay. So the lowest currently is a 3, and then here's the reroll. Also
A 3!
Do we know what the goal was
4.
for? Well, I'll just bump mine up with a karma.
Don't
I
fail.
will as well. Can I do
Yeah, I
that
guess-
and just do a hero die?
Yes,
Thank you.
Can you?
you
Cool.
Are you
can.
sure? Are you
Fight.
sure?
Mhm.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm
I'm not
positive.
sure. So
I mean, I ain't gonna go look and correct you because I need her to succeed.
I'm positive you can.
Jacob, you and I are both doing stuff to the sheet. It should be
I didn't do
6 to
anything.
0.
I didn't touch your sheet. I promise. What are you trying to do?
So,
Damn
Nothing.
it. Now
It's
you
fine.
got me questioning it, Scrat.
You can tonight, somebody said. All right.
so use a karma to increase it by 1.
Yeah. You increase the
Yeah.
number that you rolled by 1.
Right. Yeah.
Hero
Okay.
dice,
I'll
you get
use
to reroll the
the
whole die.
karma from the donation because I don't think it got added to my sheet.
I didn't add it to your sheet,
Okay.
Kazima just spent.
Yeah, I
another-
think. So what's happening is we're starting to go, and I'm hearing the noise. So I pull out my oil, and I put it on some of my armor, and then I put some of the oil onto Kazima to help quiet it. That's the karma being used.
Okay, I love it.
Got to oil our bodies up.
I'm in heavy armor, but
Who would like to roll for the red shirts? Just one D6 is fine.
The captain.
The captain.
What
title
do they
am I?
get? Do they get a boon for their mustaches?
No, Empress.
Captain Empress.
Captain Empress Kazima the Third.
it was a general. I don't. 1d6.
Captain General Empress. There it is.
Just one.
Well, yeah, just one.
Okay. Then
Oh, they
you've
all
not
get.
attuned to your mustaches.
All right. So, what happens is the 4 of you start making your way, and you guys are a little bit more battle hardened. For you have the man maker, General Captain Empress, leading you into this wonderful situation, and you guys are doing so well. When one of the spiders spots your red shirts, I'm gonna have to turn that off. Spots your red, yeah, they're gonna be really red. Spots them, and the spider just comes over and starts sweeping them up, and they're shooting and screaming and getting chomped, ripped apart, and swallowed into the beast. And there's actually a hole. Now that you see it, there's a hole where they're in the back, being like wrapped up against the walls into the back of this. Like there's like a canister on the back of this, and it's pretty much just like collecting them, and seems to be decomposing their bodies in the back and turning into some kind of matter. And they're screaming as this happens. But the cool thing is the 4 of you didn't get spotted.
Suppose that's how the cookie crumbles.
I said to leave the weak behind. That's what we're doing. Continue.
Wow. This is really dark.
Also, since we have spent a hero die, you can spend 5 karma to buy yourself another hero die if you want at any time.
Yeah, Cephas played some PF2E last night. Pathfinder, that is, for you who don't know. I believe it's also his birthday. If everybody wants to spam happy birthday in chat to Mr. Cephas.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Yes, you can spend 5 karma to get a hero die back. You can only have a max of 1 hero die, though, from what I understand.
No. You can have more.
You can?
There's even an inclination that lets you start with 2.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because I was gonna take the one that had 2, but I did something else.
I'm a liar. So you can spend 5. Let me know if you do that. All right, you have boarded the ship. You're at the bottom. You've just climbed up this wire mesh. These wires that hang below. Essentially, they were attempting to kind of tie off, and they ran into some trouble. And so you guys are going to be, when you're ready to get onto the lowest platform, you're more than welcome to. Of course, there's absolute chaos going up there. Crossbow bolts, guys shouting, yelling, not much organization. For normally the Empire's ships before are very well organized. They have, their ranks and leadership and commands. This seems like they're lacking that they don't have a lower deck man in charge. Because what do you guys do?
Charge forward, right? We're gonna charge forward and go up to the ship, right? That's the whole goal.
Are we punching through soldiers, like killing them, or are we just kind of like acting like you're part of the chaos? Like, how do you want to make it through and deeper into the ship?
Lenny's just walking like he owns the place.
Walk with confidence and roll that D6.
What does tunnel sight mean?
It means that if we were in a low light situation, you would be able to see better. Essentially, it's low light vision.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Okay. Lenny just starts striding through like nothing, and nobody seems to care about him.
I like Lenny.
dense is the deck? Like, how many people?
Like 152.
Thank you.
You asked.
I appreciate a specific number. We'll say 𝐒⍬ is also walking. Walking with purpose, though. Like, she doesn't just shovel down and
Are you
stumble
wearing
through.
regalia of the Empire?
Lenny's doing the old man shuffle.
Are you wearing regalia of the Empire?
She would have stripped off any medals or insignia of the Empire, but she is in the uniform.
Okay. If you crit success this, I will reward you handsomely.
Well, maybe the red shirts ate my bad roll.
Well,
We'll see.
I was gonna say I wanted to try and maybe like my thought was there's not control here. Present ourselves as leaders and take over this deck as if we should be here and leading these people.
That was my plan.
So
that's what I was going to do on my turn.
You guys
I was
can work
thinking
together.
that,
Can we-
but
yeah, I was gonna say, can we provide a bonus to her, basically, or whatever, or do the role? I guess that gives.
She's going to be unknowingly being heralded as the commander or general as she walks across the deck. I love this.
I am torn. I'm genuinely torn between would 𝐒⍬ just go for we need to get inside and see if this remaining heir is still alive and deal with them first, or is she going to try and rally all these troops because they're more resources? I genuinely am not sure, so I'm open to suggestions.
Well, I say we make our stake and claim here with these guys, and then proceed to maybe inspire them to take out the spiders, which will make us more likely to take control of the ship as a seat of power.
All right, let's get some dice stone.
Tharn, however, would just be beating his shield and saying, "The Empress General Man-Maker is among you now."
The title just gets longer and longer.
Emperor General Captain Empress Manmaker 𝐒⍬ is here. All right, so you're going to roll a d6, and it's going to be added to... it's going to... Well...
Because you said it was going to be added to, yeah. So
not added, but it's like it's you're assisting. So pretty much don't fail your roll.
I'm gonna convert 5 karma into a hero die just in case.
Yeah, but couldn't you just spend that 5 karma to turn a dice into a 6?
You can use karma if it lands on a 1.
Yeah,
but
one
Oh,
means
okay.
It would probably
Yeah.
be better to hang on to your karma.
Before she rolls, I'm going to grab somebody and yell at them and say, "You make those crossbow bolts aim for the mouth. Do it now," and shove as assistance to her.
so like you're her second in command. I love it.
Correct.
All right, roll that d6. All right, we're getting better.
That's not great.
All right, it all comes down to this roll. Well, I'm gonna before you roll, Glee. Let's put on the pressure. Ready? If you roll in that 1, we're fighting 152 soldiers and a mounted turret.
Y'all are. Lenny's gone. He went through it.
Yeah, Lenny's already up in the ship.
Yeah, Lenny has just continued to walk this whole time.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
Don't get a 1.
All
We
right.
are consistent.
So now you can
Please.
spend a couple karma and just bump it up.
I thought I can only use 1 karma at a time. Can I continue adding karma?
Yeah, you can use as many as you want.
Oh, I do not have 10 hero dice. Put that back.
How did you do that?
That is not correct. We'll spend. Well, am I adding those other rolls? Because that's between
they're
a
not.
barn and
You're
iron.
picking
It's
the highest.
essentially a boon. So they gave you a higher chance of succeeding. Of course, you all failed miserably in rolling.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll spend 3 karma, make it a 6.
Okay. You're gonna see. Actually, you're gonna recognize one of the soldiers, 𝐒𝐥𝐬𝐫𝐫𝐞𝐬, and he is gonna run up to you, and he's gonna just, Commander 𝐒𝐪𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐸, you're back! Oh, guys, it's Commander 𝐒𝐪𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐸. Both
You're
of the ranks.
sniveling, soldier.
And he gets excited and shoot him in the mouth like he said. And suddenly they're forming ranks again, and you can see their shoulders rise back and their chests puff in the air as General. What'd you call yourself? They know you as General because that's how you were in the Empire before you got deranked. Yes.
Yes, and I would continue to prefer being called General because I wouldn't want to claim the title of Empress until we have actually extinguished the remaining Empire. Otherwise, we might have some, bad vibes with these
But
guys.
Captain Manmaker is still on the table, just to let everybody know. General 𝐒𝐪𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐸's here, and it is just bolstering. Like you're hearing the cry, the cry of the Empire. They're starting to chant. I'm making all this up on the spot. Sorry, guys. They're starting to chant the national anthem, and they're regaining their strength. You see drawing swords. They're now focused firing, and it's beautiful. Lenny, you're already going up in the ship. And you're finding as you're climbing, and behind you, you're hearing this anthem begin to fire off, and the bolstering. And as you climb up onto the next deck, which is the barracks deck, essentially, and you're hearing a lot of coughing, and you're seeing a lot of injured soldiers, bandages. These guys, they're literally sitting in the halls, and up against the walls, wounded. There's a couple of dead. There's actually some stank down up in here. And nobody really bats an eye at you here. So do you continue on, or do you wait for your others?
I'm going to keep going. Whatever it was I was supposed to be going. I guess the control thing or something to fix.
What are you going for? Sorry, I gotta.
Well, we want to get this thing running, right? That was the goal.
First
that would
find
definitely
whoever's
help.
left, then run the ship. Then take over the world.
Well, I'm the mechanic, so I'm going straight for the engine room to start working on it. Get it juiced up.
Wait, are we turning this into a take over the world thing?
Sure.
Cool.
It's what we do every night.
All right. So you begin making your way. Nobody's stopping you here. I just was curious if you were to check in or help anybody, but you don't have that kind of soul.
Oh.
You're going to keep moving forward.
I'm arguing with Frank the whole way.
So you fit right in with these guys. There's moaning, crying, delusional dudes, and dudettes. All right. 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐬, you now have a small contingency again. Roll 2d6. You have you have 𝐒𝐪𝐮, you have Lenny. Nope, you don't have Lenny right now. You have Iron Fist, and holy smokes, you got 8 new red shirts ready to follow you.
Builder B had a good. I should have named Lenny and Frank Pinky in the Brain.
I know, yeah. Mustache is the pinky. Love it. All right, and same thing. Barracks, essentially it's been turned into a medical bay. Do you stop here at all? Do you do anything? Do you give a rousing speech, 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐬, or do you just kind of march through this?
We'll give a rousing speech, because I'm gonna build off of what, sorry, I keep forgetting your name, what Iron Fist inspired them to do, to handle the spiders, and anyone who's not fighting can listen to me, and...
I'll put my shield up and have her stand on the shield and raise her up really high like a platform so that she can give the speech like that.
Could he do that?
He's strong boy.
He's strong boy.
He's dummy strong.
He's yeah. I mean, how do we roll d6? And
I get a boon for anything strength-based tasks.
All right, roll 2d6.
Both of us, or just him, or
Him
Yes,
roll
yeah.
2d6, and then I want to hear your speech, and I'll decide if I give you a karma, and you can roll a d6. All right. You are being championed into the air. You hit your head on the ceiling. You put your head through the floor. No, I'm just kidding. You don't do that.
I just like to point out that I rolled 6s on both those dice.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's totally a big deal.
So not only am I held aloft on top of the shield, I am going to draw out my sword, perfectly balanced, and sort of stomp down to make a resounding clang from the metal to further draw attention and create an atmosphere of silence so that they can hear me. And I'm going to shout out that, comrades, the Empire has left you in the dust and in the belly of a smoldering beast that is falling apart at the seams. Rally behind me. We will reclaim this vessel. We will repair it. We will put her back into the sky where she belongs, and we will continue to forge a new empire. Stay with me.
Roll a d6 and have a piece of karma. Just a piece. No, I'm just kidding. You can have one. This is where you
Can I
spend
give
that
her
hero
my
die.
hero dice?
Do what now?
Can I give her
Calculate
my
your
hero
inspiration.
dice?
No,
What?
not technically.
Shit, what? No, you can roll a hero die on a.
No, he can't give her the hero die.
Oh, no.
I have karma I can still put on it.
No, not
Not
one.
a
You
one.
can't do
No,
karma.
it's
You
not
have to
one.
do a hero point.
Okay, it has to be hero.
It was a
Can
great
I give her
speech.
my karma?
There is a perk that lets you give her karma.
Can I suggest that at the time where I try and start speaking, from within the beast, there's a great groaning of mechanical parts and kind of a
Yeah.
deflation that almost sounds like flatulence?
Yes.
Maybe she gets a boon to her her speech since she's high up with that 6 mustache rolled. I'm just saying.
I tried to make it a little theatrical.
Yeah.
All right. You can roll another. I'll give it. You're right.
We'll see how it goes.
We got to roll 2 of them.
We're great at 3s today.
I mean, this is right down the middle, eh?
Fair. Got an average.
Go ahead and roll another one for the boon.
Yes.
I love it. She just says, yes. Wow, okay. All right, Streamlabs apparently isn't working suddenly. We have 2 karma for Glee. I'm sorry. Sorry it didn't work. I'm not sure what's going on. But that actually puts us at the Boon Bane also. So I have to remember how to do the poll. Uh-oh. Michelle's not here. She's in bed. And Daniel's not watching. All right. You guys. I don't have my moral
Take a
support.
hydration bathroom break while you do the poll.
Huh?
Do we want to do like a hydration / bathroom break while you figure out the poll?
Sure, I'll chat with chat while we do that. Aw, so you have 2 more karma, Glee.
Yeah, I just added that. Thank you, 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷.
Cool, because 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷 is awesome. We already getting votes for Boon. You can't vote. All right, give me 1 second, chats. If you have any questions about EZD6, Grat's here to take them, or Dave, because he's cool too. But
Did we already mention that Ironbound was heavily inspired by EZD6?
Very heavily.
I don't think we mentioned that.
We did not. It
Well,
is
we just
very
did.
heavily inspired.
There's a Glee. I got water.
Even being open source, open.
All right.
Everything. All right, did you get it?
I don't know. I thought I pressed the right button. Let me look again. But we can also, I can just probably count all the people yelling at us, right?
Yeah, we can
Probably.
also do that too. Wow, Streamlabs is not working well. Okay,
Interesting. I don't know why.
I'm just checking mine, seeing if
wait a
mine.
minute. Did I get it?
Not seeing anything on chat yet. I mean, on stream yet.
Cool. Just count. All right, everybody in chats, we did break the $50 mark. Apparently, everything's just going to crash on me right now. That's okay. First of all, thank you for all the support. You guys are awesome. Second of all, type Bane or Boon with what you wish to punish these people with. Or, I mean, reward these people with. Or either or. I have 2 boons. Let's go.
So you got 4 or 5 boons?
Oh, everybody wants boons. It's because Glee. It's all because of Glee. If Glee wasn't here, it'd be all Banes.
Banes, yes, it would be.
You know what? I believe these are all boons for the GM. Right? That's how we're wording this?
Ah.
Awesome. Boon, boon, boon. All right, I'm going to give this 2 more seconds. All right, so the rousing speech goes off, and these guys are super injured, right? Super hurt. And you look great up there. Your speech was wonderful. You had a great positioning. They're just not rallying with you. It's kind of a bummer. Boon.
Can I add a karma since I'm holding her up to make it a 4 to make it like maybe a little closer to somewhat success or something?
Did she spend karma?
No, I was asking if I could.
Also,
Oh.
there's an inclination that lets you give karma to people. Isn't that
Yes.
a thing?
Yeah, that's why.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
it
the
limits.
Unless you
that's
have
the reason why you
that.
can't do it.
Okay.
I don't know why though. Hey, Chris G, welcome. How's it going, buddy?
Well, if I just got 2 additional karma from 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐷𝐷, can I retroactively add that to the roll? Or
Yes,
no?
because she was
Either's
trying to
fine.
spend that for 10 minutes, and Streamlabs apparently was down. So, Chris G. All right, so far we
yes.
definitely have a boon in the win. So I'm going to give this like 15 more seconds. Tom did say Bane. It's very close, but I believe we are shutting off at boon. What a shame. I have to reward you guys with something. So,
Well, Glee, were you about to spend some karma on your
Yeah, she
speech?
is.
Or?
Yeah, if I may, I'd put the 2 karma onto the speech.
absolutely. History eraser. No, sadly it was for the overall story for the players, because I am all about the players dying, just succeeding. So you guys are going to be talking the speech for a moment. There's a silence after you do your speech, and then the doctor, who is clearly overworked, exhausted, just goes, General Kazima, you're back. And then suddenly the murmurs go across, and then it turns to cheering, and you have dudes with crutches, and they're coming out into the field. They got guys with like pistols, the little whatever weapon they can grab. They're running out to you, not in an aggressive way, and more to the subservient. What can we do for you way? And so, Kazima, give me a 3d6 roll, please.
Can we see what the engine's doing at this point?
You can.
To
I
see
was
if
about
it-
to get to that.
Okay, well, go ahead.
So we've got 16 red shirts now.
Yep, we had 16 red shirts. Active duty red shirts, barely, but they're there. And so you guys, all right. So Lenny, you don't hear any of this. You made your way. You've climbed up. They have like this shaft you got to climb up, and you get into the where now the more engine working compartments are. And so you're getting in there, and there's tons of guys working. This has clearly been shot many times. There's holes, and there's tons of people working, and none of them are going to bat an eye at you being here. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of look like you belong here. You know what I'm saying? But this is where all the engineers are, and they're working away, and they're not doing well. Trying to figure it out, but they're not getting it to work. Part of the problem is it's not getting the lift it needs. It's not getting the creature itself is not generating the hydrogen to lift up this massive thing. And there's a reason that's happening. Your character might know. I think you'll have to leave it till die. But you also has these diesel engines, and so now you've made your way to where these big diesel engines are, and they're definitely not firing. So, what do you want to do? While this beautiful speech and rousing awesomeness in the barracks below is happening, what is your character doing?
I think we're gonna see if what I do either helps or hinders her speech. So he's gonna go right to work. And I figure, yeah, he's the mechanic, like I said, which means he does the mechanical stuff and a little bit of the fleshy stuff, which is why he has that med kit. So. He knows his way around these weird machines. So he's going to go just walk right past everybody. Like he said, they don't bat an eye. And he's going to go right to the engine, arguing with Frank the whole way. And he's going to get to just cranking on that thing and probably just hit it with his wrench real good first, because that's what real mechanics do.
Okay. Don't you roll with a D6 and a boon because you're a mechanic?
Sure.
That's not a sure. What's your?
Well, that's his character, so that's kind of on you if you want to allow.
Oh yeah, take a boon, whack it good.
So the aspects can be considered a boon if the GM so deems.
Yeah, absolutely. Lenny, you recognize this engine. It's a Mark 431.7-26ER, and you know exactly where to hit it because the fuel injection is clogged, and so it's just not getting the feed from the diesel, and you just like bong, and all of a sudden just. Now, of course, it's not getting really good lift. So yes, you've critically succeeded, and yes, now the diesel engines are starting to take off. Of course, it's not instant, so it takes time as they start to build their powerhouse, and the rods are knocking in this puppy. It's definitely there's some oil leaking because it's taking some damage. It probably could repair that, you know what I'm saying? But it starts going off wild. So now we're starting to skitter across that plateau top, slowly at first. What's really cool is it's definitely giving advantage to the soldiers at the bottom. But if we can't get it to, lift more, we got a slight problem. Kind of like plateau, ship going off, kind of problem. But well done getting the engines going. That was probably the first thing that should have been done. Does Lenny cheer?
No.
Does Lenny express emotion at any point?
He's still arguing with Frank. He's like, see, Frank, I told you I knew what I was doing. You young flappity gap over there always talking about nice. Get out the way, just...
Percussive maintenance. All right. So, Glee, 16 people are now following you. And so you know these ships, relatively speaking. You know that there's the hatch that goes to the maintenance, but then there's the hatch that goes to the control room, and then of course there's the hatch that goes to the upper deck where the higher ranked members typically would be. Where are you heading with your entourage?
I'll actually split up the force. Anyone who has mechanical experience, who's worked in the bowels of this beast and knows how to help get her back into working order, you're going to assist my lead mechanic, Lenny, who's already made his way. He's already infiltrated because of you poor saps being distracted without any guidance, running around.
As you jerk forward as it starts to go, move.
See? He's doing a great job. So yes, some of you, anyone with mechanical experience, go help him. Number of soldiers go that way. Everyone else follow me, and yeah, we'll go through the hatches trying to get to the main elite area, because I think that's hopefully where we'll find the guy.
All right.
I do have a question.
I have an answer.
Oh, and it's
I hear you. I hear you.
So there is a creature that's attached to it that's producing.
The creature is essentially
producing the hydrogen.
Yeah, it's like infused into it, and it's like, so if you read the books, there's a whole like ship that does that. So it's what I've based it off of. I've made it a little different. That one's kind of got like a whale base, and I made this one more like an octopus base. So.
Okay, so can I like see the octopus head?
Yeah, you saw it as you were coming up. It's like on top of the ship on the side, kind of like the image.
Okay, so what I want to do is my lucky pet Stony. I want to take him out and throw it at the creature's head to like try and get it to wake up and start doing what it should do. And I want to say that Stony is a flint rock, so that if I roll badly, it might create a spark.
Oh no.
Are you trying to TPK?
Oh boy.
All right. So you're actually.
I figured that might give you more incentive to let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So you give me a D6 roll, please, with your lucky rock that has grown a mustache.
And this is a strength task, so I should have a boon to it, right?
Yep. Hey, you throw that rock really well.
So well, it pierces the ship.
So well that the creature is going to start
again.
The creature's going to start going into overwork. But the problem with that is, can I get like a recall knowledge check from anybody who would know this ship? So it would be Lenny and possibly Captain General.
I would.
All right, roll me a D6 then.
I would know it.
Do you want us both to do it or just him?
4.
All right. Because you're not there, Lenny. I don't think it makes sense. But Lenny, Iron Fist, you're gonna know that this beast is not getting the food it needs. There's a symbiotic relationship that happens between this beast and there's a type of bee that exists within it. And so these bees are not collecting enough honey to feed the ship itself. So now that it's overworking itself, it's probably going to completely exhaust itself. So you might get a lift for a short amount of time, but you're dealing with a problem of it's not going to have enough food to sustain itself, and that's why it's quit on itself. So it is still a living being that made a choice to come down and relax to let its bees collect, because it's been up in smoky, smoggy battlefields. Of course, these bees are altered to the point where they can handle most of that, but it needs to land. And possibly with that roll, Iron Fist, there just needs some time, possibly for the larva to hatch and grow so it has more workers. But without being up into the belly of the beast to know this, you're not going to know. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I make sure. All right. You guys feed the red shirts to it. I mean, if that's what 𝐒𝐫𝐤 thinks is the right thing to do, then that's what 𝐒𝐿𝐲 does. So we are making our way. So we're going to have to separate a little bit. Tharn, you're not going up to the upper deck with them because you had to go back down to actually hit them with the rock on the main deck there that we had an angle, because where you guys in the barracks weren't able to do it. So now we have you can catch up.
And of course I have to collect Stony afterwards. So
I'll say, did he catch him or did he just fall down?
Double D6s, you know where to get them. How about that? All right. 𝐒𝐿𝐲 and, well, it's not 𝐒𝐿𝐲. It's actually 𝐒𝐿𝐲 and Iron Fist, and you have back down to 8, so we split it in half. 8 are going to help Lenny, 8 are going up with you, and so you guys begin to make your way up to the hatch. How is your approach?
𝐒𝐿𝐲's approach or mine?
𝐒𝐿𝐲's approach.
I mean, we're going straight in, right?
Yeah, like is there like a stealthy, or are you going in like guns blazing? Of course, without guns.
I do want to ask the men if
and women,
if like troops, if the trying to think of like a cool way to phrase this. Were all the troops out on those lower decks and fighting the spider monsters, or were anyone left on board to guard the ship itself from inside? How many people might we encounter on our way up?
The majority of them are defending the ship. I don't think there's any more up here. I'm not even sure who's up here. We're just following your orders. There's probably nobody up here.
My orders were to give me information, but thank you. We
I'm
will
giving
go
you
guns
my
a-blazing.
information. All right. He kind of looks dumbfounded, like, oh, I thought I was doing something good. As you guys climb up. So, as you guys are making your way up, is there, Lenny, what would you like to do? Anything in particular? 8 more
Yeah,
soldiers
you now
show.
have friends.
You now
which
have
you might
friends
not
who
know
want to. Yeah, they're gonna start running up. Hey, where's Lenny? Hey, Lenny, are you in here? Lenny.
The voices are real.
Well, they're very real, Lenny. Lenny's gonna. So he got that part going, and he's gonna just keep on working from one thing to the next. You know, master mechanic here. He's just one problem after the other. So I'm assuming there was more left to fix, right?
Oh yeah, there's a ton more
there's
left
a
to
lot
fix.
to fix. So
Yeah.
he's just
Maybe trying to figure out how to slow the power down so you're not going off a cliff.
that would be good. That is what I will focus on. So
You lose
as
a
those
mustache.
people, yeah,
Oh,
we
he
did
might
lose a
have.
mustache.
Oh
Oh no, just the camera.
The thing got too hot, so it.
Oh,
Redid.
okay. Well, he's
Yeah.
here.
I'm fixing it.
We
We'll
got
keep
audio.
listening.
Thank you.
Yep.
So he'll probably ignore the troops that come in for the most part asking for him. And like if they, they're saying, "Is that Lenny? Are you Lenny?" He just he just keeps hitting things with his wrench and cranking down on the bolts and getting
just do it
everything
yourself.
balanced. Yep.
All right. Roll me a d6. Well, with your boon. I should bane you, but I'm just kidding. All right. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely finding there's a ton of problems here. Gears are stuck, things are damaged. So you're making your way. You're not finding exactly why the throttle's stuck on the way it is, but you are finding many other issues that you are repairing along the way. You're clogging spring spots. You're finding tools all over the place. You're finding everything you need to do, but you're not finding the crucial point of being able to slow this down. The throttle is disconnected or something. Like you're trying to figure out where that is. But along the way, you're finding more problems. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Lenny would probably be repairing everything along the way. Cool.
Probably much to his detriment, but he would.
But that's kind of what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the upper deck. As you get into the upper deck, it's quiet. You come up, you got your guns out, everybody's ready to go, and swords drawn, and you breach this top deck where the higher ups are supposed to be. And there's some nice tables, some nice furniture it's all bolted to the ground. Some of it actually has bullet holes. And then you're actually going to see a couple of the higher ups that you remember. They are dead on one of the couches. So they've been taken out. And, so you're like, okay, there's some of that. And give me a D6 representing, like, perceiving the room. And if you have anything to add to that as a boon, please argue with me now.
Not particularly.
Okay. Iron Fist. Iron Fist, you're going to see somebody's hiding underneath one of the desks in the corner of the room.
I mean, Iron Fist is Iron Fist. He's just gonna flip the desk over and be like, "Who are you?"
A young lady, probably 18 or 19. As soon as oh no! So please don't hurt me. I'm Solara. Please. And instantly, you're gonna know who this is. Both of you, actually. It's befitting you're both here. This is Solara Varos, probably the last daughter of the bloodline, and here she is, hiding beneath a desk. Cowardice, not like her family. Most of her family were boldly stupid or stupidly bold. And she's just like, they were very patriarch family, so she didn't get necessarily all the training and stuff that she should have gotten like the sons were, but the sons are all dead, and she's left alive as she's panicking. What do you do, the two of
Very
you?
good training, was it?
Iron Fist has made a decision. It was made on the deck during the long speech that how do you say Glee's character? 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐦𝐻,
The general, whatever.
should be the new empress.
Man maker.
So he's literally just going to look at her, shrug, look down at his axe, and wait for a command.
So I'm going to wait until all of the soldiers that were with us filter into the room, and I'm going to stride up next to the young woman. Can you remind me of her name?
Solara.
Solara. And I'm going to grip the back of her hair to kind of pull her head back. I'm giving clear access to her throat for Iron Fist, and I'm going to address the group and say, would you have a coward and a child to lead you into the new day, or would you have me, who has led you so many times before? And I will kind of wait for an acknowledgement to see if I will have resistance from these people.
They'll kneel. All of them. All 8 of them will kneel before you.
My action, as soon as they kneel, I just hit the activation of the jet on my axe and just clear the head.
And then I show up in the room at that time, jumping so that the blood splatter hits me.
And then I kneel.
You grow. Never mind.
Lose the mustache.
A second mustache.
You grow long feminine hair. And at this point, one of the gentlemen who's in better shape of the 8, who's clearly probably had a slightly higher rank, long live Empress 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐦𝐻. And the other 7 say it too.
Long live 𝐒𝐫𝐤𝐦𝐻.
Is there a window on the deck? Like, if this is a nicer area, I would assume maybe they had some viewing.
Absolutely. There's viewing ports. You can actually see the deck. You can see there's actually an area you can like walk over, and there's a viewing port down, so you can see the down below on the lower deck and stuff. So very, very optical.
Okay. I want to approach the window, still holding the severed head, which is disgusting, and I hate it. And I'm going to go off of at least the lore of the books. Correct me if it doesn't fit the lore of the story, but there would be some kind of sound system that I could like kind of pull a horn down that would amplify my voice across the ship and possibly outside that they could hear.
I have a horn.
He does have a horn.
You're also down with the mechanics.
Not using their help.
And I will invite Tharn and Iron Fist and Iron Fist's friend to stand beside me as we all stand at the window, and I'm going to hold the head out of the window aloft and pulling the horn close to my mouth, I will say that it is a new day for the Empire and a new empire as well. We are now finishing our repairs of the ship. We will soon be aloft. You scum better have those spiders under control. We need to squash the bugs, and then we will squash any nation that stands in our way. And I will drop Solara.
Head.
The head of Solara.
Okay. I wasn't if the whole body was following behind it. and the head is just going to fall on the deck, roll and fall right off the edge, smack into the ground, which is flying right below that lower deck. So there's a risk and reward happening here. What's cool about us cruising along is we're losing the spiders, but we're cruising along. And so so these guys have all taken defensive positions to just in case the spiders come. But what's really cool is a bunch of them are starting to navigate their way back up. So we're actually able to mitigate the forces that are happening down below that we're battling. And now they're coming up to help with repairs, help get the ship up and running, try to help the creature and feed it. That is going to be our last couple rolls of the night. I want to know what you guys are doing to get this ship back in the air, or what you're doing to get this to go. And I need at least one of you to roll a 6.
All right. So, like I mentioned earlier, mechanic, but for both the mechanical and the fleshy side, which is why I brought the
First aid
kits.
kit. Yep.
Yeah. So can I use that in some way to get a benefit for a roll to help this creature get himself figured out? Or-
Absolutely. Sure.
All right. So would that be a boon on my boon?
Yep.
Ooh. And a use of the kit.
So there's a 6. Lenny, as you guys are having this moment up top, and you're trying to reorganize, you got the ship trying to back, and you're going over the schematics and you're going over the numbers, and you're trying to figure this out. Suddenly, Lenny, you get up there and you're applying ointments? Question mark.
Adrenaline shot right in the octopus's head.
And it is starting to lift. Who else wants to add to this?
Narratively or with rolls?
Yes.
Narratively, if we are playing in like Earth era, my goal would be to take the ship towards Holland tulip fields. I'm thinking let it naturally recharge as best it can, and then we'll focus on the mechanical parts. So my goal is to pilot it that way.
All right. At this point in time, the way it's operating is going to be just enough to keep it from crashing. So like even after you go off the edge of the particular plateau you're on, it's going to just be able to drift slowly down. You're not going to be able to get great lift into the sky, but navigating properly, you're studying the charts. Go ahead and give me a D6 roll to make sure you can make it there in a safe passage.
Come on, Kazima.
So that was
I have 3
You
karma
can
left.
spend some karma.
Well, I was going to say, can I assist by, I'm going to use my mustache balm to make my mustache even more splendid, and then also shine my metal thong so that the light shines on the map better, to better illuminate for her to see by.
Roll a D6.
Most regrettable roll of the night.
Oh.
Of course. Kazima just surrounds herself by power. She's not actually powerful.
All right. So with that, it illuminates a particular spot on the map. It's like almost a deity has blessed it. And you remember the great sunflower fields here on the edge of this lands, and you are going to be able to navigate, and that's where you're heading this direction. And you are going away from any danger. So the main battlefield is going to be behind you as you're heading in this direction. So anybody that would be trying to take this ship down. And before we end tonight, are you tearing down the flag and flying a new one? Or are you leaving the Empire's colors?
Oh, we're absolutely tearing the flag down. We don't yet have a new one, but I will make one that is a combination of an octopus with like a great mustache.
Little did the crew know that their captain was also a graphic designer.
Is there any other RP you guys want to add tonight before we close off?
I like the idea of Lenny walking past a group of people and, he's still arguing with Frank. And he's like, I don't even know what we're fighting about. He just keeps going.
Oh, I love it. And the scene ends
Well,
with this. Oh,
I get Stony out, and some of the blood got on him, and he's starting to grow some hair. So
the most glorious beard.
yes,
But not a mustache.
that's okay. I can still braid it.
Yes, you can. And so we take this montage of it limping its way towards this beautiful sunflower patch that is just starting to grow. And the ship is going to rest there and bask in the spring sunlight of Holland in late March as the sunflowers are starting to poke out and there's some crocuses and some cool flowers that I'm making up now as these bees begin to hatch and harvest and feed, and the ship is becoming, this gives you guys a chance to repair, and maybe we'll come back to see if we take over the world. But thank you so much for being a part of this adventure, guys.
Yeah, man.
It was fun.
Did you guys have
That's
fun?
fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Little chaos. Hey, chat, thank you for influencing. You made it chaoticer. Yeah, that works. It was really cool. So part of the boon was her 2 bodyguards were dead. So something that I'm going to leave in the air is there's a potential assassin on this ship. We'll leave it there. And so well done, guys. It was a lot of fun. And let's go around the room one more time. Tell us who you are, where we can find you before we head off tonight. Starting with Mr. Mustache.
I am Mr. Mustache. I'm JP Jonathan Potter. I am working on Open Legend, getting ready to release another adventure module here soon, and working on, which I haven't officially announced, I guess, but I'm working on Open Legend D6 version that utilizes some of the basics of Open Legend into it. So, and I'm bugging Jacob and his family right now. So,
which is fun. It's fun to have him. And next is Dave.
I'm Grimwood Games. You can find me at grimwood.games. Everything's there, including the backer kit.
For Playbound.
I
Yeah.
was say you might find his excitement over there too.
Yeah.
I don't know where my excitement is for tonight, but
It's all good, man. Thank you for being here.
But yeah, totally go back Playbound if you haven't already. I would like to make that 3,000 mark so we can get through 3 new classes.
Where are we at?
Not classes, species.
That's what I'm just looking at. 1722.
So 11 days left, I think.
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And where can we find Glee?
You can find me nowhere, but you can find me in chat, following all these lovely gents, and in their respective servers. You can especially find me supporting A Squirrel Plays.
That's me.
And who's that?
That's me. I am Scrat from Squirrel Plays over on YouTube. That's what I do. I make videos. Actually, the one coming out Thursday will be a chat with. He's over there for me. It'll be a chat with Jacob. It's a very long chat. It's like an hour and 10 minutes or something. So it's about paid GMing and how he's running the hobby.
Don't forget to get his
Buy
book.
his book. It's so good and it's awesome and it supports him and then it supports him hiring my wife, so it supports me. So
Edit
wins
the
all the way
next
around.
Cyclical.
It all goes around. Same thing with Mr. Grimwood too. Support him. So, all right. So you guys, I am Jacob from Avenue Studios. You can find me. My link to my personal Discord is down in the chat below, in the description in YouTube. Also, my link to my Start Playing Games. I do have a couple of openings, so go check it out if you want to try some games. And if there's something that you want to play with your friends and you're looking for a group, even for a one-shot, hit me up. Maybe we can get something going for you guys, and I'll run anything. Once at least. You guys are awesome. Thank you as always. If you want to join into these adventures, if you want to join our Kingmaker on our West March, check out our Patreon. It is thankfulness, awesomeness. I'm getting tired. To the people who already support us, you guys help us to continue to make these products and allow me to continue to run insane games like this one. And as always, we'll see you next time. Good night, y'all.
Hang on.
Bye.